All right. Hey, everybody. How's it? Welcome to the Avocado Show here, coming live from Twitch. But if you're watching this on YouTube, it's just the VOD. Come and hang out with us here live and join us and have fun with our Wheel of Cheese, our Dono Boosties, and God knows what I'm going to talk about. But 95% of the time, it all has to do with music, a derivative of music or musically of music. So that's actually my story, and I'm sticking to it. Today is December 9th, 2024, and I've got a lot of great music from our usual suspects coming in here and saying how's it and aloha. So we're just going to go right now. We're starting right into it. I have been out for about 10 days, even a little longer actually. So I have quite a few donos built up, but we're getting ourselves into the rock and roll. I'm waiting for bingo card construction. Yes, of course we need bingo card construction. So, oh good, Ollie, I'm glad you're here hanging out with us. Okay, so here we go, guys. Our first Dono Boosty for this session is coming in from Judgment Kazi. We're starting off with some anime, it looks like. This one is called Goddamn? Oh, Gundam Thunderbolt. I'm sorry. I was about to say they're getting pretty bold with their titles. Why not? It's today's day and age. The name of the song is Groovy Duel. And so here's the message here that goes along with this. Hey, Jeeves, got a real complex track for you this time from the Mecha anime Gundam Thunderbolt. I discovered the series back in 2013 through my manga comic and fell in love with the depiction of the war from both sides of the conflict and how it used jazz within the comic to contribute to the plot in a meaningful way. So when the series finally got an anime adoption, I was stoked to see that they would portray the music, and this is it. And so this first track takes place between two squad mates dueling each other on the piano. Okay, let's do this. You guys ready? I am. All right. Ooh, jeez. This is big time. This is serious. Ba, 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 ba. This reminds me of that other pianist from Armenia. I think it's Armenia. What's his name? He's incredibly talented. Wow, what great music for an anime. That's insane. Yes, Tigran Hamasyan. This is like right up his alley. Matter of fact, he's so talented he could play this and play a video game at the same time. Thanks, Fash Demented. This is for a duel. I can't imagine how this music's already complicated enough as it is going against, anime construct. Loving the unique texture change and the dynamics with the drums. A lot of small talk going around with the tom-toms and stuff. What a great concept, Judgment. Still keeping the listen to the hi-hat work that the drummer's doing with his foot to keep everything squared. Some jazzy dissonance, as if. Real super unique engineering on the kick drum. That was such a badass way of opening up the stream. I don't know where we're going to go from here. I know we have eclectic, different genres that we go with here. But, of course, we're opening up with anime. And anime almost has, well, anime has an indefinite license to do whatever the farnark they want when it comes to music, which makes it really unique to me because up until next week, by the way, guys, in a week or is it 2 weeks? I'm going to watch my very first anime. And so we're going to do that here. But anyhow, circling back, it just seems like anime has such license to do so much. And what I love about, I mean, there's nothing much I could really say about this piece we just heard except just how extraordinary it was and just what the journey was. There's nothing you can really, talk about except just kind of revel in the glory of the musicianship of these two musicians, having a conversation between drums and piano and stuff like that. But, in the meantime, just listening to it and all that, you just kind of revel in it. I can't do a reaction to this. It's just overly intense in a beautiful way where you just want to put a different set of ears into listening to it instead of trying to break it down. I will say, though, it kind of reminded me when I was a kid and my uncle used to practice, or my dad would be practicing in the studio, which was next to my bedroom, and I'd hear something like that. Definitely nothing as intensely as we just heard. So, but yeah, leave it to anime and that's the other thing I've learned of anime is what's wonderful about this is that anime is such a huge entertainment platform as a genre, and the eclecticness and the age differential between the fan base it's got such a wide, broad margin of whatever music you got works. You know, it's not a sub-pigeonhole within a pigeonhole and a pigeonhole. So everything is game. And so there's that broad listening capacity, if you would, you know, so. Excuse me. Fash Demented asked me a quick question I want to answer. The dono list is kind of long. If you have one of those, you're more than welcome to pop the dono in. It's probably not going to make it in for this session, but, you know, it'll make it in for the next session. But thank you so much for that heads up, because Fash Demented wanted to do a nice dono, but the track is a proggy 14-minute track. So just drop it in there, and you know me, I'll get it when I get it. And at least that puts you in the game for sure. So, Officer Bawis 999, thank you so much for the follow. So yeah, how about we move as in on? Next up, I have The Driver. We're doing a band called The Hours. And let's see what we got here. Let me see. The band is called The Hours. The song is Ali in the Jungle. Let me see. So The Driver is saying, I first found this song through watching a video of someone using the worst character in a certain figure game, who just happened to be a boxer like Ali, and consistently winning matches. It's a great song to help gain motivation. Aside from Muhammad Ali, the lyrics also mention in particular Nelson Mandela, Joe Simpson, The Mountaineer, Helen Keller, Francis Adams, and the great composer himself, Ludwig van Beethoven. All the people went through significant trials and tribulations before achieving their greatness. Yeah, let me know when that happens to me. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's do this. From The Driver, let's go.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. Everybody gets knocked down. Everybody gets knocked down. How quick are you gonna get up? How quick
Slight
are
Radiohead
you gonna
vibes.
get up? Everybody gets knocked down. Everybody gets knocked down. How quick are you gonna get up?
Yeah, you're right, Driver.
Just
Very
how are
motivational.
you gonna get up like Ali in the jungle, like Nelson in jail, like Simpson on the mountain. With odds like that, they were bound to fail. Like Keller in the darkness, like Adams in the dark, like Ludwig van. How I love that man. Well, the guy went deaf and didn't give a fuck. No. just how are you
when this was
gonna get
released.
up like Ali in the jungle, like Nelson in jail, like Simpson on the mountain? With odds like that, they were bound to fail, like Keller in the darkness, like Adams in the dark, like Ludwig van. How I love that man. Well, the guy went deaf and didn't give a fuck, no. No, no, no.
Oh, 2007. All right. Hey, driver.
No, no, no. It's the greatest comeback since Lazarus. The greatest comeback since Lazarus. It's the greatest comeback since Lazarus. The greatest comeback. The greatest comeback since Lazarus.
Did you notice as the track has started, it's been void of a hi-hat? So it's all tom, snare, and kick work.
Since Lazarus. The greatest comeback. Greatest
This is the most joyous scene ever seen in the history of boxing. This is an incredible scene. The place is going wild. Muhammad Ali has won. Muhammad Ali has won by a knockdown. By a knockdown. The thing they said was impossible, he's done.
I really was enjoying that track. I was really getting into it. I love the so very motivational, very, you know, pick yourself up, get up off the ground. Everybody that has a tremendous legacy name has gotten, you know, up against the ropes and kind of plowed their way through it. Lyrically, that was really fun. That was a really nice motivational, uplifting track. I noticed at the drums there was 0 cymbals and 0 hi-hat use in that, which I found that to be unique. But what I find is that whenever I hear that, or anytime I've ever used that, is because there's some kind of charged anthemic vibe with it, kind of a call to action, a call to battle. Doesn't have to be physical; it can be emotional. Kind of a vibe. You know, at the beginning when I said it had a Radiohead vibe to it, I think I was just listening a little more just to the tone of the voice. And I don't know what it was about the piano. Yeah, I truth be told, I haven't listened to any Radiohead for like 2 years, but that's just kind of how my lazy brain pulled into it. And I also, the other thing too is that up until the last 40 seconds of the track, all the power was actually, all the energy came up and about was all coming in from the piano. The piano was just cooking from top to bottom. Yes, there was the support with the bass and the toms, but the piano's, you know, performance, you know, minimal, just eighths, you know, kind of cranking all the way through the whole track. It was like the reins, the wild reins of the reins of the wild horse in the storytelling. So yeah, I like that. I like the lyrics a lot. You're right about the lyrics. Is when people sometimes they leave me that little bit of messaging and stuff like that, then I have something to kind of go, oh, okay, I see where he's coming from. But yeah, thank you, driver. I'm glad you made it in. Oops, I gotta move my monitor a little bit. Stand by. There we go. So I can read a little better, not make any Volkswagen-y Freudian slips. Next up, Great Sage Son. How are you? Oh, good. You guys, I'm sure you guys will know who this is. Coming up next is a Miss Composer, Mr. Bear McCreary. Let's see what this is from. Let's stand by. Let's take a peek. This next one here is Bear McCreary coming from to us. Oh, good, great. It's a live performance. You guys know I love that. All Along the Watchtower. And yes, I am having a very good holiday. Thank you very much for your aloha. Bear McCreary doing a Bob Dylan song? You betcha. It's more akin to a Hendrix version, but Bear brings his own take to bear here. The guest on the piano at the beginning is one of the lead actors from the show Brace for Energy. Good. How about a live performance here from Bear McCreary? You guys ready? No, it's not Battlestar, I don't think. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Here we go. I guess so. It is Battlestar Galactica. How cool Bear is letting one of the characters play piano. She's so nervous. So cute. In the meantime, Bear's looking at her going, how about a little Bob's Big Boy after this? Go out and get a burger? I'm sorry, I just... She did it! Look, that's great of him to give her that opportunity. That is so cool. Oh, that violin player was in it. Why am I not recognizing this as a Dylan-esque track?
There must be some way out of here.
Oh, alright.
Fed the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. But then they drink my wine.
Love his voice.
None of them along the line know what any of it is worth.
He's got a great way of performing his vocals. I love it.
This is not our fate, so let us not talk falsely now.
Nice.
The hour is getting late, yes it
violin guys cranking.
All along the Watchtower, the princess kept the view, while all the women came and went, barefoot servants too. Outside in the distance,
You know, there's a triggered snare on 2 and 4 on top of the live player. Gives it a unique punchiness to it.
the wind began to howl. All along the Watchtower, all along the Watchtower.
What a wall of sound. That was ginormous. God dang. What a great vibe that must be. Well, like I said early on, having that actress, the entertainer, coming in and playing the piano, I thought that was so supportive and so fun. You could tell that he was really mentoring her and looking over. You know, by the way, that little side joke I made about Bob's Big Boy, actually, for those of you who don't know, there's a restaurant chain called Bob's Big Boy that would stay open 24 hours. So after a concert or something, if you met somebody, you go, hey, you want to go to Bob's Big Boy? That's what that meant. It wasn't anything else. There wasn't no hidden agenda with that. Because when I said Bob's Big Boy Burger, I said, oh, that sounds a little creepy. Anyhow, so first of all, I found that very endearing. Very Bear McCreary, you know, just, I don't know him, but just enough watching his videos and interviews and his performance, he's got that embracing kind of, you know, vibe about him. And then, you know, once she excuses herself after the piano part's done and the track gets kicking off, it has a real powerful cashmere-y sense of grind to it. And of course, kept it in this kind of Phrygian pocket. And of course, introducing more of the Middle Eastern or the instrumentation, cultural instruments that kind of render themselves superpowers when it comes to those, you know, Celtic, Arabic, or India-style patterns where the tonics are pretty much droned out in your head. I loved everything about the track, but the real superpowers went to the vocalist. What a great, great, great set of pipes he had there. It was just fantastic. He had a lot of different little unique things that he was doing too with his technique. And for me, that's what I found really super cool as well, is there were some very unique little squeaks and things that he was doing in there. And so it was very, very entertaining. It was great to watch. That violinist was just shredding. He had to have torn off his callus or his cuticle or something. I don't know how you hold it or something like that. But he was going off. So anyhow, that was great. I was down for that whole thing. I was really into it too. Plus, you know me, when I watch live musicians doing their work, I always like to look around and see who's playing what. Oh, who's playing that? What's that in the background? Who's playing that? And then A-B it to the mix. That's just where my head goes. La la la. Next up, SB is in the house. Espialidocious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you think she's heavy metal, she is not atrocious. Oh my God, did that sucker what? God, I'm an idiot. All right, stand by. Let me see. Okay, let's see what we got coming in from SB. We are going to be doing a track from the band The Living End. And the song is Prisoner of Society. This is an Australian classic. It was released in 1998. I caught the last of their set at the festival I was at on Sunday, and they still go hard. I'll try to put a video in the Discord. I think you'll be hard-pressed to find any Aussie over 45 who doesn't know every single word. Certainly had me jumping and singing in the ridiculous heat. All right, SB, this is for you, Ski. SB. How are you? Here we go. Beep, beep, beep. A little more grindier sounding than rockabilly, is it not?
Well, we don't need no one to tell us what to do. Oh, yes, we're on our own, and there's nothing you can do. So we don't need no one like you to tell us what to do.
Yeah, a little more rockabilly now.
We don't refer to the past when showing what we've done. A generation gap means the war is never won. The past is in your head, the future's in our hands. 'Cause I'm a brat, and I know everything, and I talk back. 'Cause I'm not listening to anything you say. And if you count to three, 1, 2, 3, you'll see it's going I don't see. You'll see I'm not the enemy.
I was just about to say that turn up, that bass line. Hey, Underwater Dojo, what's up? But I'm in my head about that bass sound versus him playing an upright. I'm like, how's he doing that? Sneaking in a little bit more of a contemporary riff in this there. Classic rockabilly guitar tone though for that lead for sure. God, I love that guitar tone. That's one of the magic things about ska.
You see, it's no emergency. You see, I'm not the enemy. Just a prisoner of society. 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 Society.
I loved the frickin' track. I thought it was so slick. Okay, so here's where you guys get to train old Fut. When I think of ska, I'm sorry, forgive me, rockabilly, I think of Brian Seltzer. Seltzer? I think of that. I think of that as like maybe the basis of my only knowledge to be exposed to rockabilly. And then the infusion of that rockabilly vibe, like the Green Day-ish, punky rockabilly vibe. I have a hard time kind of separating the oil and water of those genres. In this case, yeah, there's rockabilly in here. In the lead tone of the guitar definitely was rockabilly vibing from what little I know. But the actual rhythm track was a little more grindier and crunchier. But I still got that that punky rockabilly vibe. And once again, because I have such an incredibly small and ignorant listening pool of rockabilly references, I just have to kind of pull into the Green Day-ish kind of adjacent. Is that the right, safe way to say it without me sounding as stupid as I already just did? So, is it really psychobilly? Is psychobilly really a real genre? Are you guys pulling my toe? But I love the track. I love tracks like this. Another reason why I love tracks like this is in the world of surfing, a lot of this style of music made soundtracks of movies, surfing movies. You know, usually of the bands that are just trying to make it, you know, they don't have, you know, surfer movies in the day, if not even today, don't have a music supervisor budget. So they'll get a lot of music from younger upstart bands for exposure. And this is kind of that vibe that I remember hearing a lot through the for the 90s and the 2000s. It really kind of represented, I would say, a little bit of the surfing culture. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but you know, that's just kind of my vibe with that. I got to ask some older surfers and some younger surfers. Shit, I mean, I live here in the North Shore of Hawaii. I've got surfers from almost every generation within 10 miles from me. That might be, would that not be a fun little podcast to possibly do? Is to get a bunch of the top surfers and stuff like that, and we do a listening session. We actually talk about the music influence in the surfing videos and music influence on their own personal surfing. I think that'd be a badass show. I think that would be mental. You know, I know somebody that can make a phone call. I'm not really big in the surf community. I don't know many people here, but you know, yeah, that's so badass. I think that'd be great. We just came up with an idea together. We did collectively. If I wouldn't have done this, right? We came up with this idea, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. Anyhow, thank you so much, SB, for that track. You see what it yielded? Next up, Just Labs. Just Labs, is you be in the house? There he is. Everybody say aloha to Just Labs. So this next track is coming from a Chris Turner. And the name of the track is 10K. So he says we're going to get heavy now with some Chris Turner. So I guess maybe this is either going to be some heavy metal or something. Chris, Just Labs, is this a track from a game or is this a separate, is Chris Turner an artist and this is his song? Let me know while we get this going. All right. Oh shit. Was not expecting that, but what a badass sound. Wow. Yeah, very genty, but so yeah, this is where we're definitely diving into the genty. Oh, he's the drummer. Oh. This is really badass. This is really up my alley. Rhythmically and stuff like that. mean, this sounds great as an instrumental, but I would have loved to have maybe heard a melody. Like, if there's room for it, is what I'm saying. Jesus. Oh, what a tempo jam up there. Damn. I love the sustain work with the guitar in the back. Opening it up. Oops, sorry. It looks like this is going to go into another track. I'm going to kill it. What a banging track. Sorry that the monitor feed here is a little messed up. This came into a different part. It came from the music YouTube link. Nonetheless, what a smoking freaking track. And on top of it, at first I was like, why? It was so obvious that the drums were nudged maybe like 2 dB hotter than everything else pretty much. And I said, okay. And then as soon as I heard the actual production of it, I say, okay, I get what's going on here. We're battling silence. And you know what I'm talking about. You know, if you know. That war between silence and complete people's elbow, which generates great music, right? Spaces in between it all. I loved the occasional stop starts of like, bro, I think everything that was going on there were these small little spices that were flung into the eye of the genty listener, if you would, that make you go, oh shit, what's that? Oh shit, that was spacey. And there were a couple little electronic squibs, as I'd like to call it, that would pop out and just hit you out of nowhere. His drumming skills were phenomenal. I loved his engineering of the kit. That was something else. I didn't know where to put my head. I didn't know where to wrap my head around it, with listening to it and what the kit was doing. I think it's, without a doubt, anybody who listens to this kind of music, or any musician or composer or engineer here in the house on the stream, knows that when you're doing this kind of work with the kick, you have to have, it's not a rule, but you have to have such a clean, stringent sounding kick without any tail of anything, no ambiance, nothing. It's got to be very uniquely sculpted, which takes a lot of technique because, you don't want any kind of tailing ambience or anything like that. It becomes a big mud wash. Yet, however, you can still add a lot of ambient or ethereal dynamics using post stuff on cymbals, overheads, a little bit of a gated, plate on the snare or something like that. And the other thing that I liked about it as well was that one little section where he goes back into his gentlemanly riff, but yet there's that guitar pattern that was happening in the back and holding open the notes. So there was no muting or anything. There was just these chord changes that were happening there. Just kind of open up the wound a little bit and put a little more genty pepper in it. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So he's got a 24-inch kick. Yeah, that is pretty big. I guess maybe he's using a double kick system and maybe not two kick drums. That'd be monstrous. I'd hate to be a baby limiter on that. I'm just saying. 5 set pedal? Somebody, wait. Just Lab said 5 pedal set. Well, he's lolling me. I don't know. Anyhow, extremely talented drummer, and I'm down for that music. I love that stuff. If I was editing to something to that, automatically I'd be like editing something that's like globally fearful. That kind of music with that kind of rhythm would get this like end of the world kind of vibe. In a world when gent is your soundtrack, you must die. Sorry, I'll be in a happy place. S. Dixon, Are you in the house? You're up next. How are you? I be good. Do-do-do-do. Okay, this is coming to us. This is the name of a TV show called Interface. And the name of the song, or what is episode 2. Dixon's message to us is, this guy draws and animates this web series, Interface, as well as writing and performing the atmospheric background music. Oh, super cool beans. Like that. You know how I am when devs are musicians. I love it. You get to see another part of their mindscape, if you would. The voice actors are top notch as well. His band is called Hex System. Hex System. All right, guys, let's do this.
I'm a boss. Get on. I can take you anywhere.
It's like Van Gogh had food poisoning.
I'm not going to hurt you. Where would you like to go? If you don't decide, I will.
Trippy graphics. Well done. The music is very score-esque. All right, guys, that was a trip. The video in of itself was a complete trip, and very abstract, very psilocybin, MDNA, Thai stick influenced, maybe without all of that comboed in it. But musically, yes, very ambient, but used kind of an enriched, maybe kind of, I don't know exactly the string, a very old school a chambered, reverbed string vibe. So I don't know if these were sections of samples this composer was playing and working with it, but it was perfect for this scene because it was macabre and older. It sounded, the sound of the music, the sound of the string sounded like very old school. You know, how about this? The music behind this scene matched the video creativity very well. You know, so the creepy little pizzicato work and some of the string work that was just, you know, with a little trem work in there. I think for me, though, when I was listening to it, that very old school reverb plate, if you would, or maybe even more springy with the strings, worked perfect with this because it was a little disheveled. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm saying about that. But super trippy. Okay. Lisa Wolf. Kairu, you're a ways down still. So if you want to make yourself some lunch and come back, I think I'll be able to get to it today for sure. Lisa Wolf, we are doing a metal track, of course. This is called Death by Stereo. Death by Bumba. You guys remember that joke? Death by Bumba? Anyhow, this one is called Sing Along with the Patriotic Punks. This track was released in 1999. So obviously, things first. That was an obvious thing first is the song plays. Yes, it's a very fictitious title to the song. Let me see here. So that being said, I brought Death by Stereo before the heap praised on them. I remember Jeeves asking where I would rank certain tracks. Well, this is probably one of my top 3 tracks by them. Okay, let's check it out, and I'll read the rest of this here without spoiler. You ready, Lisa? Here we go. Wow.
You gotta take my place. Well, I think you're a fool. I think you got bad taste. You gotta take your flag. You gotta take your pride. You get bent right over. Your asshole's open wide. Open wide.
Man, this is as core as can be. Such a kick-ass small room sound on that snare.
Buy into lies. The government feeds your meathead mentality. Go to work. Don't do it for you, but for state government.
Oh, that grindy pick sound on the bass sounds fantastic.
Today, your paycheck will wash sins away. It's okay. Don't be afraid until Uncle Sam rob you blind. Did you hear what I said? You all blind.
I like the second guitar arrangement chord voicings. That's great. A little bit of a System of a Down vibe. I love the cut time. That was so freaking badass, man. That was so authentic and so raw and just like ultra punky. However, whether it was a play on the band name or something like that, they did some really cool things with their arrangements with stereo, with the guitars. Even though the guitars were following identical arrangements, they were switching up on voicings, you know, and there was this a couple times it's kind of like, is that a ninth? No, really? They used it. How cool, you know? But I can see how this had to have been a no colors bar mosh pitty slammy punk track that got everything completely punk pumped. I love a little section where it's just the drums, vocals, and the bass, and you can really hear the punch of the pick on the strings with the bass too. That really cut. That was very Ginsu knife, that very high end. You know. Oh yeah, I guarantee the pit would have had to have flown off the handle with this. Without a doubt, there would be missing teeth on the floor for sure. You know, that's how I would judge it. You know, at the end of the night, you're cleaning up the floor, how many teeth are on the ground? Could you imagine that one? But that was a punker. That was like as punk as punk can get. Very Ramone-ish. Who else, guys? Who else do you think it was kind of close in staying core to the authenticity? Who else? Briefly, really quick, Shadow Dane. Thank you so much for your subscribe. Thank you. And 42 Koopa Nuts, 42K Koopa Nuts, I don't know, followed me as well. So thank you very much for that as well. Suicidal Tendencies is another one. Yeah, there was a heap of influences there, but yeah. When did this release? Did this release 2 years ago? Or 3 years ago? Or is it just somebody posting it more recently? And it's an older track. Because the engineering of the guitars seemed a little more, let's say, more contemporary the last 15 years. Wow. So it was just recently posted. The guitar sounded great. Lisa sending us into full punk mode. Twitch pit moshing. That's what I'm talking about. DJ Tambor, you're next. Let's see what DJ Tambor wants. Holy smokes, stand by for 1 second. I gotta save this here. Tambori, are you in the house? He's probably lurking. He's got the cell phone on, probably doing something. He's mowing the lawn. Somebody's calling him saying, dude, he's doing your song. So coming in from DJ Tambor is a track. This is a game OST, Trails in the Sky FC. So I don't know what that FC stands for. Commercial City of Bose is, I believe, what the name of what this track is, if I'm saying it right. The message is released in 2004. Trails in the Sky FC. First chapter is the start of a popular 13-game series. Wow. The track you're about to listen to was composed by Hayato Sonoda and is the theme of one of the cities you visit in this game. All right, here we go. Hey, baby. What a great vibe. There's an element in the melody of when the medicine goes down. You know, a teaspoon of money make the medicine go down. Christmassy chime there. So shopping. It's a pleasant pop. Fun track, the little samba ishi thing going on there. Nice departure from the music that we heard before. Very fun, very like shopping in the background, kind of chill. I'm going to assume that this is is this a game or an anime? I'm looking here on the commercial bit of it here and I can't tell. Oh, it's a game. Okay. So I'm thinking that this was probably exactly what you were saying, which was kind of like a shopping cart, you know, if the character's walking around maybe going shopping and buying things and doing things in like a part of the game where you would shop. It had that very lighthearted bounce to it. I love the tones of the track. I love the cheese balliness of it. The tones of it kind of had that cheese. Now, because I don't know what the original soundtrack, if they kept to that whole palette of sounds through and through, that all the music is made with that same sound card, perhaps. I don't know also when He did say what year this was. Did he say 2007? I think. But I like that. The whole thing was, it's one of those things where I'm learning that there's games like Stardew Valley, maybe this one and stuff, that there's a lot of smaller things that could be done, and this kind of music goes perfect behind it while you're building a cabin or planting, food or collecting food or whatever the case is. Very fun, very, and a big shift from the rest of the track that we heard. That was very nice. Thank you so much.